welcome back to another episode of Miss Donna's Woodland Adventures. Today, I thought we would play a little game in Miss Donna's woods backyard called What in the Woodland Is That? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and find different things in my yard and take a close-up of it. Some might be easy, some might be a little hard. And you're going to have to see if you can figure out what it is. And then I'll pull away and we'll see if you figured it out. Guys ready to give it a try? All right, let's go. Okay, friends. Anybody have a guess as to what this is? Let's see if you're right. I'm going to pull away. Oh, I bet some of you figured this one out. I wanted to do a little one that was a bit easy. This one is a dandelion. Now, some people don't like to have dandelions in their yard, but Miss Donna loves it because I don't really have a lot of grass. So any flowers I can get in my yard are good. Plus, you know what? Back at the museum, Mr. Rogers and Bob, and maybe even the hermit crabs, like dandelion leaves. So we sometimes go outside and pick some plant leaves for them, and this is one of the ones that they can actually eat. People can eat them too. Some people like to have them in their salads. So, let's go find something else now. All right, my museum friends. What in the woodland is this? Any ideas? I see some greens and sort of some oranges. Very strange looking, isn't it? All right, any guesses? Let's see if Miss Donna pulls away, if that helps. Anybody know now? Yup, if you said moss, you were right. Miss Donna lives in the woods, so you know what? Like I said with the dandelions, grass doesn't like to grow in Miss Donna's yard very much. So I have a lot of moss, which is really cool because we don't have to mow the lawn too often then. And the moss takes good care of itself. It's very cool to have moss for a lawn. Let's go see what else Miss Donna's got in her yard. Here's a cool one, friends. Anybody know what this one is? I have quite a few around my forest right now, and you usually only see them in the spring. Are we ready? I think some of you probably got it. So I'm going to pull away. There's a few more, if that helps. Have you got it now? That's right. These are fiddleheads, which are the unfurling or the unrolling fronds, we call them fronds, on ferns. And this particular one, if I can back up a little more without falling down, I'm on a hill a bit, is from a fern we call the Christmas fern. Now, you want to know why it's called a Christmas fern? It does have a scientific name that the scientists like to use, and Miss Donna will have to look that up because I don't remember it anymore. But if you look closely at the fronds and at the leaves on the fronds, if I turn it a little bit here, you can see somebody thought they looked a little bit like Christmas stockings. So that's what I was told way back when I took botany class, that's why this is called the Christmas fern. All right, on to our next one. All right, friends. This might be our toughest one yet. Can anybody figure out what Miss Donna's looking at now? I'll give you a clue. If any of you have done a certain program with me in February or March, you might know what it is. All right, I'm going to give you another clue that might help a little bit. I'm going to move to this one. Can you see that? I'm going to pull out a little. There's some holes in the tree. The other one was closed up, but here I have a couple of holes in the tree. What do you think? Did a woodpecker make those holes? You ready to find out? Luckily for you, Miss Donna totally missed taking out one of the things that goes in these holes. And here we are. Can you see what that is? That's right, for all of you who did maple sugaring with Miss Donna, this is one of the taps I put in the tree in the early spring. This year I put them in the winter because it was such a warm winter. When the sap starts flowing, comes out this tap into a bucket. The buckets are all cleaned and put away for the year now. But what the beginning I was showing you, and actually there's one sort of next to this, I don't know if you can see it, right here. Miss Donna sometimes calls those belly buttons, but it's not really the tree's belly button. It's an old hole that has healed up, but at one time years ago, Miss Donna had a tap in there. And if we look around, there's a few of them here on this tree. This is one of my maples that I've used a number of times. So it's got a lot of healed holes. But that also shows you how the maple tree is able to heal itself up and is okay after we do maple sugaring with it every year. All right, I got a cool one to show you next. Okay, my woodland adventurers, here's our next mystery item in Miss Donna's backwoods. Any ideas what you think it is? Might look a lot larger than it is in real life. All right, we're going to see if anybody's right. I'm going to pull away. Anybody got it yet? Okay, if anybody said deer poop, you were right. Or officially, Miss Donna would call that deer scat. The scientists like to use the word scat. Miss Donna has a lot of different kinds of animal scat around her backyard. But I have a lot of deer scat because I have a lot of deer that like to visit my yard. Now, Miss Donna has a silly story about deer poop. Would you like to hear that? So I'm going to turn the camera around and tell you my story. So, when Miss Donna was in college, I wanted to sort of get some experience. And one of the older college students was working on a special research project. And I thought that would be a great idea to get some experience. Might help me get a job in the future. So I wanted to help do some research. But his research was on deer populations, and in order to study the deer populations, they had to find poop. So we had a certain area that we would go out, and we wouldn't count each poop, but we would go around and find out how many different areas of poop there was, deer poop, and take samples. And that would then tell the researcher a lot about the deer population. Is that really silly? Does anybody else want to have a job where they went out collecting deer poop? Probably not. Just Miss Donna. And you know what? Most people don't know this story about me, so you guys are extra special because you got to hear this story. All right, I think I have one other thing I might show you. All right, museum friends. I was out for a walk this morning and found something really cool in my yard. And parents, I'm going to give a little pre-warning that some of the children might not like this. So you might want to view this part first before you show it to them, just in case. So when Miss Donna went for a walk, I found something I don't normally find in my yard. And I'm not going to do a close-up and back up for you to guess because I think you'll tell right away what it is, but we might try and figure out who it came from. All right, you ready? I'm going to turn the camera around. Can you see that? Does anybody know what that is? That's right. It's a skull. So Miss Donna was very surprised to see this in her yard this morning. Now I'm going to use a stick to turn it on its side, because that might help us figure out who it belongs to. And you never want to touch a skull you find in your yard, because you don't know how long it's been around, and it probably has some bacteria on it that might make you sick. So never touch one with your hands. If you find a skull somewhere near you, you should always go find a grown-up. Anyways, looking at this skull, I see a few sharp teeth in the front. Do you see that? You know what that tells me? That tells me that the animal this skull came from was a carnivore. Anybody know what a carnivore is? That's right, carnivores like to eat meat. So, whatever animal this was ate other animals. When I got home from my walk today, I went straight to my computer to try and figure out who this might belong to. And my best guess is that it is probably a skull from a fox. However, if any of my friends out there know skulls a lot better than Miss Donna and you think it's something else, write to Miss Donna and let her know that. Send me a message and we can correct that in a future Woodland adventure. But it was such a cool find, I wanted to share it with all my woodland friends. Well, museum friends, that wraps up this edition of Miss Donna's Woodland Adventures. I hope you had fun playing What in the Woodlands Is That? We saw some cool things today. And you know what? Let me know if you liked playing the game, because Miss Donna has a lot of other cool things in her yard, so we can probably play it at least 1 or 2 more times in future episodes. In the meantime, remember Miss Donna misses seeing you at the museum, and hopefully it won't be too long before we can see you again in person. But until then, I hope you all stay safe and have fun going outside and learning some new things. Till next time, bye!